Hi there, David Teal in the Popwood Shop for another trick. Sharpening plane blades and actually chisels, and sharpening in any form has always been a very popular topic, and it should be, because a sharp tool makes for better woodworking. It works better, it works safer. So sharpening is important. There are all sorts of tricks that have been taught over the years for how to make that sharpening process a little easier, and one of them came from woodworker David Charlesworth that we've been using for a bunch of years, and it's been referred to as the ruler trick. So let's take a look at that. When you're sharpening any plane blade, and we'll use a plane blade as an example, you basically get the primary bevel, and in today's world we tend to put a secondary bevel, which you should be able to see as just a light glint along the front edge of that. Now that secondary bevel changes the angle of the cutting edge. That makes it a little more acute, which works really well. Most of the back sides of blades are left flat, but David Charlesworth came up with the idea of adding a secondary bevel to this front edge as well to change that angle even more tightly to a more acute angle. And the way he did it was with a ruler. Now we have a standard 6-inch steel. In this case, I'm not sure it's steel. It could be aluminum, which is okay, but a lot of them are steel. The reality of it is most of our folks are using water stones these days. So you put some water on there, put the blade down, the ruler down, and then you take your blade, and you can see that it rocks forward just a little bit. You give it a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch overhang. Once it's in place, you move it back and forth, and you create that secondary bevel on that edge on the back side. Fine and dandy, it doesn't take much, just a few passes. And the nice thing is the water actually kind of holds the blade in place too. Now that's all fine and good, but we've added water to a situation with steel. I like my 6-inch rulers. I like to keep them clean, and I don't always necessarily want to have to worry about cleaning them up every time I use it. So what one of our readers sent in as an idea was, how about a piece of plastic instead? And in this case, we've got a little piece of a cut-off credit card. It could be anything. Packaging from the new tool that you just got. Something that's in the shop, a 6-inch plastic ruler for that matter. But by using this plastic piece, you just go ahead and, again, let it rock down, the same idea. I'm going to give 2 fingers here. Make a few passes, same idea, it stays in place. Give yourself your secondary bevel. You're ready to go sharpen. And the other nice thing is most plastics are actually a little thinner than a 6-inch steel rule, so you're actually getting a little more acute angle without having to take off as much, and you don't have to worry about that rusting. And as a matter of fact, you can actually leave it there and it's not going to rust, and don't have to worry about cleaning it up. But I definitely suggest wiping it off at the end of your work so you don't have to mess with the swarf next time. Speaking of swarf, that's another thing. When you're running a blade over a metal rule, you may run into a situation where something scratches, leaving metal filings along there, and that ends up on your water stone. Another reason not to do this. So plastic, this is a fine option, so we've upgraded the ruler trick to something a little more fun. That's it for today. Look for more tips.